Hello, welcome to Zentangle Explore. I am so excited that you've all come to join me, either live or on the replay. This is a class where we draw a Zentangle pattern really, really slowly, using a pen, whatever pen that you have, and a piece of paper that you can hold in your hand. And I've got some oddly shaped ones here today to play with. So if you can hold a pen and draw a line, you are exactly in the right place. We're going to start out with a little breathing exercise to just settle in, and then we will have a nice long drawing period. So you can close your eyes if you would like. I'm going to close mine. Do whatever is comfortable for you. And just check in with your breath. Hello, breath. Welcome to Friday. Find the inhale. Stop at the top. Release the exhale. That'll stop at the bottom. Just bring your attention so gently to that repetitive cycle of breathing. No need to change it in any way. Just notice. Perhaps notice the length of the inhale. Notice a little stop at the top. Notice the release of the exhale. And then the little rest at the bottom. And perhaps bring your attention to where else you're experiencing that cycle in your body. Maybe you feel your breath in your chest or your belly or your back. Perhaps your shoulders move with each breath. Maybe you can feel it in your throat, the back of your throat. Perhaps you can feel your clothing gently brushing your skin with either the inhale or the exhale. Notice if there's any tension that you're holding on to in your body, anywhere in your body. Allow your breath to float to those areas that might need a little help relaxing. Perhaps your forehead or your eyes, your cheeks, your jaw, the top of your head, your throat, your shoulders. If they need a little wiggle to help them relax, give them a little wiggle. Allow that skin to continue all the way down your body, your arms, chest, belly, hands, hips, your thighs, your knees, shins, your ankles, bottoms of your feet, your toes. Perhaps sense wherever your feet are touching, whatever they're touching. Allow your breath to sink to that connection point. And just notice what that feels like, what the sensation is like, whether it's soft or hard, or warm or cold. If your feet are asking for a little wiggle or some exhaled breath to relax. And let's all take a big breath together. A nice sighing exhale if you like to. Nice big inhale together. And last big inhale together, bringing the breath all the way up to the top of the head. And releasing all the way down to our feet. And big inhale together. And exhale. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes. And know that whatever we create together will be perfect just as it is. All right, thank you. So helpful to me to breathe before we draw. So I appreciate you breathing along with me. All right, I'm going to change my camera. We will draw. Right, I have a couple of pieces of watercolor paper here that are somewhat oddly shaped. They were from another project, and I decided that I was going to play with them. I don't know which ones I'll use, but just wanted to introduce them as fun, playful friends. So I'm going to start here on this one. And all that you will need is a pen, any type of pen. This is a 01 Micron, but I have a number of different options here. I've got a Sharpie, I have a 005, I have a 08, I have a Faber-Castell Pit Artist pen. So if you don't need an artist pen, you could draw with whatever pen you have next to your desk. It can even be a colored pen. And what we're going to do is draw this pattern really, really slowly. It's helpful to keep mindful attention of our breath, help us draw our lines. So we will begin. I'm going to begin off the page here. Once you know what this pattern does, you can take it onto the page fully. I'm going to start with a really slow line. It's going to come to a peak or a point, and then flow in the other direction, like two sides of a triangle. The mountaintop of the hill. I don't know the name of this tangle. I found it in my Miscellaneous tangle book. I'm going to call it Pointe. And then there's an aura line on the inside, flowing so slowly. And you give a little wiggle in your line like I do. Just let it be there. Hello, little wiggle line. Thank you for coming to play. Now there are two ways to do this. We've now created a space, well, two spaces. We have the space here and our little aura line, this little band. And we have the space here and our little triangle or semi-diamond shape because of that corner. So I'm going to fill that space. And I want to show you what happens with the rest of this first. So the next thing would be another slow line that starts on that first triangle somewhere. So these triangles pile up, and then an aura. Inner aura. These shapes can be any width any size, any height. Your aura line can be any width, any thickness, any, anything you'd like it to be. And I'm going to begin with some fill here. Now we have a couple of these in here. Show you a couple of things, but you can fill with whatever you'd like. To fill with little orbs. In Zentangle, we call this tipple. Little slow little orbs. It's a good opportunity to release the grip on your pen if you're holding your pen tightly. And color in those spaces between the circles if you'd like. So this is what the creator imagined. This is Zentangle Explore. Our opportunity to explore in any way that is calling to us. So it's fun to think about what are the parameters of this tangle. We have a shape. Started with a triangle, but it doesn't need to be a triangle. We have an inner aura line that mimics that shape. And then we have fill. I'm going to fill here with tipple. Instead of mini tipple, I'm going to do large tipple, fill the entire space. Slowly filling in those corners, adding that little black. You can change this tangle in any way you want. You can fill in with something other than tipple. You can make your tipple look like bricks. You could fill in with a squiggly line. You could color the whole inside of the triangle black or another color. You can rotate your tile when you need to. And you can start anew tile whenever you like. And just keeping track of that breath in the background. Inhaling, just stop. Exhaling, just stop. Whatever way you choose to explore is absolutely perfect. Band on the outside, that aura band doesn't need to stay white. You could fill the aura band with tipple instead and leave the center blank. You could fill in with lines. I'm going to reorient my tipple in a different direction here, just to see what happens. Because I have a pen. It's my decision what lines I draw. Super slow lines. I love this practice because it allows me to really become conscious of how I'm holding my pen. Because it's fun to explore. If you want to take these point shapes out into space, you can. And perhaps it has a third line or a bottom line, and perhaps it doesn't. Perhaps that point becomes a little dull. Perhaps it becomes a flat plateau at the top. Perhaps your aura is not equidistant on each side. And exploration is an open-ended process. And there's no wrong way to do it. There's just your way. And whatever comes out of that exploration is just new information. It's not good, it's not bad. It's just information. And what you decide to do with that information is up to you. You are the meaning maker of your drawn lines and your life. And nobody else gets to make that meaning to you. Practicing making joyful and delightful meaning in the lines on the page. It's a really safe way I would suggest is a wonderful way to practice in life. Making lines really slowly and allowing the outcome to be as it is without trying to change it or expect it to be something different. Just acknowledging it. Say, oh, I didn't expect you. You are something new and wonderful and lovely. I may never draw you again, and that's okay. Or you may have brought me to a new place of discovery. You brought me a new idea that I didn't expect. I wouldn't necessarily have thought of on my own. And now that you've appeared in this way, in this unexpected way, I have an idea for tweaking you, adding to you, making you more. See how slowly you can draw those lines. There's no rush. Your lines will pile up. You will get to draw whatever it is that you're desiring to draw. It suggests that it will be far more pleasing to draw it slowly and quickly, both in your experience and in the results. And if you come upon something that you just love drawing and want to explore that, and explore it. I began drawing in this way by taking a class by Amy Miracle, her slow drawing Wednesday classes. She was over at mindfulartstudio.com. And she is a big fan of, well, she helps people develop their practice and make time for it in their lives. Just so lovely. She helps people to get used to iterating or doing things over and over again so that you can understand all the parts of what you're doing. And every time you do something, you do it a little bit differently, even if it looks kind of the same. Your approach to it differs. The more you practice, and every time you look at it, it shifts and changes in your perception. And that's where new ideas are born, or new lines, perhaps an idea to add color or watercolor paint. And whatever it is that you're exploring is absolutely perfect. Allow your idea, your what if question to be answered simply with your pen on the page. You can change your pen. You can start a new exploration tile, however you want. You can add creative black, fill spaces. You can round out corners by adding a little darkening to the corners. It's a lovely way to add a little black or other color. I always love filling in with highlighter. It's bright, colorful, and sheer, easily accessible. Simple lines, easy breath. Shape and aura and some fill. It's always amazing to me in this process. You start with something that you think has to look a certain way. And then as I continue to draw and explore it, I realize that there's so many different ways to alter it and yet keep the essence of the original tangle. I feel that way about myself sometimes, that there are these rules that I have to abide by. And I really look at those rules, the rules that I've created. Sometimes they're just habits that are so old, I don't even realize that I'm operating under that rule system. And I think that somebody else created it, and therefore I have to abide by it. I realize that I don't. It's so freeing. Say that I can be the essence of me. And there's so many different ways to do that. And exploring what those are is fun. But only if I let go of the shoulds and the woulds and the coulds and all of that, of those supposed rules. Just allow myself to explore. My breath is my constant companion, showing me the slow rhythm of inhale and rest, exhale. Taking oxygen from the air, giving oxygen to the trees, and resting in between. It's a lovely little recipe for living a balanced life. I'm continuing to work on this page, but you don't have to. You can start a new drawing whenever you'd like. Really slowly. And it's okay if your hand speeds up. Sometimes when I get excited about what I'm exploring, I find that I speed up. Just bring your attention gently back. Oh, I forgot. It's time to remember. Nothing bad, nothing wrong. No reason to have any terrible thoughts about it. Forgetting is forgetting. There's nothing wrong with forgetting. It's part of having a human brain and a human experience. Lots of distractions. And when I can bring myself back so sweetly that I don't feel like I've done anything wrong, or that I'm a failure, or that I've missed out on anything. It becomes easier to practice. Remembering that joy is what I really want to experience, and delight, and beauty, and peace. And that peace starts inside of me. Allowing whatever's happening to happen. Noticing my reactions. Tweaking my perceptions. The thing is, there's many ways to look at everything. Sometimes I believe that because I think one thing, that that's the way it is. Somebody else will come up and say, no, I see something different. And I realize that there are probably innumerable ways to see everything. And it was super freeing. To know that even my perception is not locked in a rule set, can be shifted and changed using my will. and a desire to choose. It can be so boring. I had to go through my entire life never realizing anything new or learning anything new. It's a lot of years to just do the same thing over and over and over and over and over again. That's why iteration, doing things over in slightly different ways, not in the same way, helps us to learn new things, experience new things in a new way. Explorations. Hope you enjoyed this pattern. And I look forward to drawing with you again, either here on YouTube on replay or in person. You can find my classes at eternalpossibility.com. And if you'd like to donate to these classes, it's paypal.me/eternalpossibility, which I've linked below on our YouTube page. And I hope that even if I never draw with you ever again, that you keep drawing and in whatever way and creating in whatever way brings you joy. Have a lovely day.